Stop superintelligence? Depends on who we are. So you individually probably can't, but people at the top have a lot of power in that respect. Leaders of top labs can get together and decide to just monetize existing technology. Government leaders can certainly make a lot of it illegal. If all of us came together and said, this is dangerous, nobody should be doing this experiment on us, we don't agree, we would have enough pressure to apply to both large corporations and governments. But the state of the art right now is that very few people even know about the problem. The large labs are racing to secure leadership positions in that space, secure funding, and at least US government is going in the opposite direction, removing any obstacle.
Just so people understand the incentive structure here, if Sam Altman does reach AGI with OpenAI, what does his life look like?
If I'm right, he has an uncontrolled superintelligence and we're all dead. That's why you don't build general superintelligence. You will not benefit from it. You will not control it. Doesn't matter who builds it first. Everyone gets screwed by it.
What do you think he thinks his life will be like? Do you think he thinks he'll be a trillionaire, king of the world?
Well, there is a small chance he'll be the one who brought this godlike entity into existence. So that's kind of cool, I guess.
Do you think we're alive at the most interesting moment in human history?
It seems like it. Quite a few technologies we're developing are not just inventions, they're meta-inventions. We're creating virtual worlds. We're creating new intelligences, new species. So nothing like that ever happened before.
I think the future looks bleak. And with a lot of these AI safety or AI expert chats from people like you or people that are kind of large in your field, it seems like a lot of doom, but people don't really understand the ways in which AI is already affecting us. So how do you think, or what's one way that AI is already changing our behavior in a way that we shouldn't be okay with?
I see it, for example, with our students. Students basically at this point use AI tools to do their assignments, and most of them don't even see what the outputs are. They just submit it as finished homework.
Do you think it's making us dumber?
Well, I hope they never become doctors or engineers.
Right. What are some other ways the AI is ruining our lives, like right now?
You can look at social media, the algorithms which decide what to show you. They definitely are not giving you the best, most educational content. It's a lot of kind of clickbait nonsense, conspiracy theories.
How about like all the ways that you can think of? Because people talk about we're already taking jobs. People are kind of becoming programmed like the algorithms, like you're mentioning. Like, what are all the ways you see it affecting us in this current moment?
Pretty much anything. Anything you do is now decided by algorithms. How I got to this studio, a GPS algorithm decided what path I'm going to take. So even trivial things like that. Was I going to a more dangerous frozen highway, or was I driving on a safer road? All of that is now out of my hands.
Do you see that as a problem?
Well, I made it here, so clearly the algorithm made a good decision. But if tomorrow it decides to take me out, maybe not.
Is that an aspect of AI safety that you focus on specifically with AI making us dumber? I have here like it's removing our capacity for independent thought, decision-making, growth. Essentially, it's like becoming our parents.
I don't focus on it, but it is a big problem. I think Ted Kaczynski talked about this level of dependence. You do stop practicing certain skills. So I don't remember any phone numbers, for example, because my phone does. Again, I don't know how to get here or how to get home because my GPS takes care of it. But I still use my brain sometimes, and I use AI to help me make better decisions. In a way, it's awesome because people who are not experts in many domains, investing, health, can get excellent advice for cheap and improve their lives. But if you allow this to make you dependent, to outsource all decisions, it's not obvious what you contribute in that equation. If a system makes decisions, why are you even there?
Is AI already replacing some jobs permanently?
It's been doing it for decades. There is no telephone operators when I make a call. I don't call a travel agent to book my tickets.
How about recently? Like past year?
I think many companies fired or stopped hiring junior programmers. I know we are having a hard time finding internships, co-ops for students.
Do you think it's objectively lowered the number of jobs? Because people kind of have this false idea that it will just create new jobs in the future.
So right now it's still creating new jobs. There are new things you can do with AI which never existed before. But the problem is long term, if it gets to human level, every new job will also be automatable. So that process of just replacement and retraining will stop.
Do you really see it as replacing every single job?
Anything where you want a human to do it for you, you'll keep that, like oldest profession. If you prefer human females, you can keep them.
I guess something I thought about was maybe like a hostess at a restaurant. You know, it's like, it's not a job we necessarily require, but an AI might not replace it because we just want a hostess at a restaurant.
Again, so it's a preference thing. You'll have fancy restaurants where like they still don't take credit cards. You pay cash and they have a human hostess. And another one, it's much more affordable. You have a robot hostess. Why not?
I guess what's your just macro thesis on job replacement in general? Like what's the part of it that people aren't seeing?
So individually, everyone thinks their job will not be automated because what they're doing is so magical and special. And Uber drivers say it, and professors say it, and they're all wrong. And the main kind of argument I'm trying to make is that that's not the big problem we need to worry about. You losing your job is the least of your concerns. If we create general superintelligence, you lose everything.
I have this tweet from Twitter or from X. It says, the dumbest person you know is being told you're absolutely right by ChatGPT. What creates this self-assuring bias in GPT?
They are trained to make human rate them high. And usually we provide good feedback, then the system makes us feel good, compliments us. If a system told you you're dumb and not worthy, it probably would not get high rankings. So it reinforces this positive feedback cycle.
When you say high rankings, what do you mean?
Then they test the system. They test different models. They test them on humans. And the human go, how much do you like this answer? And you go, 6 out of 10.
So they're not geared at truth. They're geared at which answer the people preferred.
We know that evaluations like that simply don't work. Academia is another example. Faculty evaluations are well known to correlate with grades I give. If I give everyone an A, I get excellent evaluations, regardless of what they actually learned. It's the same thing.
It's really fascinating. How do you think this aspect of the models, how do you think this will have an impact on humanoid robots, maybe, like embodied AI, like this self-assuring bias? Like, do you think it will have any other implications anywhere with this kind of incentive alignment?
Well, the models we create right now would be eventually put into robots as brains, so the same thing will transfer. I don't know if they're gonna just be very kind and nice to you all the time, but the same thing could be expected.
What are some of the most important breakthroughs in AI recently that's important for people to understand?
We no longer need to have breakthroughs. We have a scaling hypothesis, which allows us just add more compute, just add more data, meaning you can convert dollars directly to more intelligence. And there is a formula telling you how much money you need to get to a certain level of capability. So if before we asked how long before AGI, I can ask how much before AGI. So if you give me $1 trillion of compute today, I can probably train AGI today. Next year, I will just need 100 billion. And every year it gets cheaper and cheaper because you have exponential growth and cheapness of compute.
And you don't see that plateauing?
Not yet. Many people argued that it's coming to an end, but with the latest releases, developers of those models are saying not only is it not slowing down, there is no diminishing returns, it's at all stages, pre-training, post-training, every aspect of what we do to create those models is subject to scaling.
In December 2024, Anthropic ran a simulation that showed in multiple scenarios AI would choose to blackmail a human rather than being shut down. In one AI simulation, a model chose to let a human die instead of being shut off. From your perspective, is this something we can fix easily, or is that a serious warning sign?
So this specific example can be fixed. The general tendency of models to make decisions based on all relevant factors, the game theoretic aspect of it cannot be removed.